G'day there, it's Simon and Levi from Three Dragons Sports Bar in Hoi An. We're bringing you the NRL tips for round 13. It's the Origin teams have been selected already, so it's a short round. A few teams have got buys, but then there's a lot of players that are going to be missing due to Origin, injuries and suspensions.
Yeah, it's going to be a short round, but an interesting round nonetheless to tip.
Round one, we got the Dolphins Thursday night up against the Dragons up at Suncorp Stadium there.
Yeah, I mean, both teams missing a few players.
Well, it's a
Dragons
couple.
only Hunt.
Yeah, Dragons missing Hunt. The Finns have lost Hammer due to Origin and Kafusi suspended.
Gilbert is playing Origin as well.
And Gilbert.
Gilbert is there as well, so...
Yeah, a couple of their second rowers. I think Ben Hunt's going to be a massive out for the Dragons though. Jaden Sullivan probably going to come in. But, I mean, Hunt's been carrying the Dragons all year and without Hunt, I don't know what they got. So I'm going to tip Bennett and the Dolphins to win this game up at Suncorp.
Yeah, I mean, they're missing three big players actually, but I think they'll still get home against the Dragons. So yeah, Dolphins for me as well.
Boom, going on to the second game of the week, Friday night. Eels up against the Cowboys.
Yeah, Eels coming off an upset victory, you could call it, and Cowboys coming off a shocker.
Wow, that was didn't see that coming. Cowboys after a couple of good weeks just got blown away. So yeah, the Eels are going to be missing Junior Pulo, and Madison is going to be out injured as well. Cows are missing Cotter, Holmes, Tuolagi, but they might be getting in Taumalolo.
Yeah, I think got to go Eels.
I don't know. I think Eels are probably the team to tip, but you know this is a game where the Cowboys might come back with a different attitude. And I'm going to tip the Eels, but I'm not 100% convinced. Even though the Cowboys got destroyed last week, they'll be coming back pretty angry this week.
Yeah, but they're going to miss a lot of quality, and anger alone will only get them so far, I think.
Yeah, depending on who, like I said, who they get back. The Taumalolo will be a massive in if he comes back in. So they've got some people to cover. But yeah, I think after last week's game.
Yeah, then Saturday, first game up, the Warriors at home against the Broncos.
Yeah, this one here, I've written some notes this week because there's so many things that could happen here with the Broncos team. The Warriors, pretty much full strength, missing no one really. They're like I said, full strength. But the Broncos missing basically all their middle forwards, their starting middle forwards, Huss, Carrigan, Flegger. As well as Reece Walsh and Cobo on the wings. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring into fullback. There's talk that they're going to shift Herbie Farnworth to fullback and probably Mariner to left centre, but I think that's not the right call. If it was my team, it's not. Especially with the middle forwards missing, got to keep your edges strong. So I would change my edges. They got great Reece Walsh cover in Tristan Saylor. I think Saylor has been killing it in the Queensland Cup. He should come into fullback, but I'm not a selector. And then coming into the forward pack, you've probably got Jensen going to start potentially with Palacia, Hetherington at lock, Marnie Tapau still on the bench, probably bring Xavier Williams in, and maybe Brendan Piacora potentially into the team as well. So yeah, until I see the teams list for Broncos, it's going to be hard to tip, but just with the amount of shifting around, I'm going to tip the Warriors, who usually have a pretty good record against the Broncos at home, to beat the baby Bronx.
Yeah, I think Warriors, they usually drive through an Origin period because they're not missing anybody and everybody else is depleted a bit. So yeah, I think Warriors should be close-ish. Yeah, I think Warriors,
but here's the thing: Warriors aren't going as great as what they seem to be going on paper. If you have a look at who they've beaten this year, they've beaten the Cowboys twice and they've beaten the Bulldogs twice.
Yeah.
They've got 6 wins and 2 against the Cowboys, 2 against the Bulldogs. So, the only team, top 14, top 8 team that they've beaten were the Sharks. And that was in a 1-point game in miserable weather.
Yeah.
I
I don't think the Warriors are like setting the world afire, but
I wouldn't be surprised to see the Broncos win this game, but I just with all the outs, going to go the Warriors.
Then Barney's up against the Raiders. Both teams coming off reasonably surprising losses.
Yeah.
The Raiders are getting done for by Manly pretty handily at home.
Yeah, so the Rabbitohs are going to miss Cameron Murray. They're also going to miss Latrell Mitchell. Apparently, Kevin Graham is going to be back in the team to play. The Raiders are only missing Hudson Young. They'll probably cover him pretty easily, I think. I'm going to tip the Raiders to win this one with Big Papa not playing Origin. We've got Tarpany there and the big mad red Horsburgh. I think, I'm going to tip the Raiders, but again, I'm not 100% sold. And I think the one big in for the Rabbitohs this week might be Tom Burgess. They're talking him coming back in, and he'll be massive if they do.
I think Cook missing out of Origin, he'll be out to prove a point, and I think he'll lead the Bunnies to a win. So I'm going Bunnies on this one.
Yeah, there you go. And then last game of the round, Knights up against the Seagulls. So the Knights are going to be missing Frizzell. And I think they've axed Miller, their fullback, who had a bit of a shocker last week. And the word is that they're shifting Ponga back to fullback. Tyson Gamble will start at 5'8". I'm expecting Gagai and Ponga to have massive games. So, Seagulls missing Turbo, DCE due to Origin. Jake Travojevic is injured. But then they've got Jake Arthur, who could start for the Seagulls after getting released from the Eels. So I'm going to tip the Knights because I think there's a few players there with some points to prove.
Yeah, and I think Ponga at fullback and Gamble at 5'8" is probably their best team. I think that's a better setup than Ponga at 5'8" and Gamble off the bench.
Yep.
I think, the Eagles had a impressive win over the Raiders last week, but I don't see them without DCE there to go at the
DCE
round
and Turbo.
I don't see them winning that one.
Yeah, no Jake. It's
I think Knights.
Hard to see where they're going to who's going to run that team and.
I think Knights in that one.
Okay, so there we go. Good luck with your tips this week. It was a really tough week last week to tip.
This week doesn't look a lot easier.
So it's going to be a hard one.
Yeah, see you next week. We'll talk a bit of Origin and see you there.